All right, next up we will hear from McLanahan Corporation on rethinking filter press maintenance. Please help me welcome Richard Williams, Director of Global Business Development. Richard?
Thanks. My name's Richard Williams. I work for McLanahan, of course, and what we do. We're an OEM manufacturer of mineral processing equipment. So we've been in business, the company's been in business for nearly 200 years. American owned, but our head office is here in Newcastle. We're making equipment right here for Australian businesses in Australia. And Matt, where he was, thanks for the plug earlier on. Neil, our managing director, is in the audience, and he'd be happy to talk to anybody and show them around our facility. Now, I could spend all afternoon talking to you here on all sorts of other equipment, but today's focus is specifically on innovations and work we've been doing in filter press. Now, I've only got 10 minutes, so I'll try and be quick, but it's like a speed dating event, isn't it? And I wasn't very good at speed dating when I was 20, so you can imagine what I'm going to be like now. Yeah, so filters. Why tailings filters? And this is two examples of tailings issues in Brazil. It's in iron ore, it's not in coal, but I think there is some important lessons here for Hunter Valley coal producers. Tailings is an important issue. And you'll see in both these examples, the consequence is huge. We're talking billions and billions of dollars. So, if you're a BHP or a Vale, maybe your business is going to survive that. But if you're a Hunter Valley coal manufacturer, I'm not sure you're quite going to manage that financial or reputational risk. So, what's a filter press? Does the video play? The equipment that we're choosing here for filtering the tailings to remove the water is a well-proven technique. Filter press have been around for over 100 years. And just to kind of correct anybody's misunderstanding in case they had, the idea of the filter closing, that is not the functional operation of the filter. The filter is closing in this case to hold the plate stack closed, and what's creating the filtration is the feed pump. So the feed pump is pushing the material into the filter, and each filter chamber is getting filtered via a filter cloth. And the clear liquor is getting out of the discharge ports, and then when the filtration cycle is finished, the filter will open up and the cake will discharge. As I said, filter press have been around for a long time, and what we've been particularly working on is innovations to make them efficient and sustainable for very large tailings applications. It's one thing to make little filter press here for filtering wine lees as they started off in Italy or other small installations, but quite a different case if you've got big tailings installations. Sorry, managing the technology is a bit of a challenge here. So one of the things that we've been choosing is in terms of your filter design, you can choose either an overhead beam filter with a long bar over the top, or you can choose a side beam filter. We do both types, and depending upon the choice of filtration and the duty, we might choose either. But for the tailings filtration, we're concentrating particularly on the overhead beam design, because the major point is that gives you much better filtration area in the same footprint. So when you go to build your building costs, it's not just the equipment you're worried about, it's all the ancillary costs. It's the layout, the building, the conveyors, all of that process. So there's a lot more that goes into this rather than just simply the equipment costs. So when we were creating our overhead beam design, our early designs had 4 separate support mechanisms and 4 separate hydraulic rams to hold that shut. That brings complexity and challenges. We've redesigned the filter for a much stronger end plate with a single hydraulic ram that is much more efficient and a lot less maintenance challenges. We've redesigned the hydraulic power pack so that you've got external access so that maintenance is very easy on that. I think there was some discussion earlier about industrial hydraulics being a challenge. And what we're wanting to focus on is how can we make this efficient and easy to maintain. We've designed an open filtrate discharge, so you can see here the nice clear liquor coming out of the filter. This is when it's come through the filter cloth. So there's a bit more discussion you'll see on the filter cloth in particular. We've sped up the discharge so that we can get through very fast cycles, very high tonnage, at a reliable, efficient operating process. We have a high pressure wash system that keeps the cloth clean. Sorry, I thought this was a video operating, but because the key filtering element here is that filter cloth. And the longer you can keep that clean and efficient, the higher your filtration rate, the more throughput, the better operating that is. And then the latest development we've been working on is what we're calling the quick change. Now, one of the biggest operational costs of running these pressure filters is the cloth and maintaining that and changing that. You're probably changing the cloth every 2,000 to 3,000 cycles. If you're running 3 cycles an hour, that's probably every 3 months you'll need to go through and recloth the filter. If you've got a big filter with 200 plates, then you're going to be doing a lot of time changing your cloth. And so we've come up with this patented design that enables this cloth change to happen much more quickly. So instead of getting inside of the filter, you're doing all of your cloth change from the outside. And we've been running little competitions amongst our team to see how quick they can do this. And we're generally down around 30 seconds for a cloth change. If you've got, imagine, 200 chambers, as I said, you've got a lot of time that you're spending, that you're saving, and doing this more efficiently and safer as well because you're not inside the filter. So in this example here, you can see both the traditional way of doing it and a quick change, and we're running a little timing mechanism to see how this works. We've had to speed up the traditional change just to make the presentation work. But you can see each filter cloth is taking 10 minutes or more to change versus less than 1 minute. So it's just one of many innovations that we've been working on. The key things that we're talking about here then is speed, safety, reduction of materials. So we're only doing this. We've got the ability to inspect and maintain that cloth. By changing the cloth on a side angle, you're not having to lift it out, so you're shaving building height, and you're then saving a lot of other overhead crane requirements. So, as I said, we're offering filter press in multiple different sizes, multiple different designs. This was just a little sprint through our innovations in tailings filtration. So if you've got any questions, happy to take them after the session. As I said, Neil is here, also my colleague Pete and Ryan, so we'd be happy to talk about any of those. Thanks for your time.